Ananda, if there's any question that has obsessed me is why existence? Why the cosmos? There are philosophical answers, theological answers. I come to you to learn Buddhism's answer to that question, why existence?
It's a very difficult question to answer because I don't think anywhere Buddhism had ever taken, or Buddha has in his very teachings, addressed that particular question, why we are here. Apart from the fact by saying, be very happy that the state of humanness or being born as a human being is one of the rarest ways, rarest opportunities that one could have with the availability of so many other states in which you could appear.
Such as?
In health, as hungry ghosts, as demons, as animals, as human beings, as the best is there, and even gods and those with the high levels.
So the human existence is actually a small percentage of all the possible expressions of our existing.
Yes, and it is also a very difficult one.
Oh.
To be born as a human being is rare and difficult. And therefore, it is a place to be appreciated. And this is the only state from which you could reach towards your enlightenment. So, if you say, if by trying to reinterpret Buddhism, because the Buddha had never answered, because you are here to attain Nibbana, no. You could say, one purpose of human existence or one advantage of being born human is that you have an opportunity to improve yourself and to come to the end of suffering.
That opportunity is not available in any other state?
No.
Oh. Even the spirit
Not even
beings?
the gods, they say.
Oh.
Because they say the gods are too involved with their own enjoyment because they live in a world of complete luxury. And complete luxury is not a motivation for search for deliverance.
Mm.
So it says, human being, you have both happiness and unhappiness. And unhappiness is an indication that suffering is universal. And therefore, the search for the end of suffering is motivated and is possible as a human being. So while Buddha doesn't say that the purpose of your existence is to seek your salvation, one could say an opportunity exists.
And it exists no other
In no
way.
other state.
Even in the demonic world where they suffer a great deal?
Yes, they do. Because the suffering is too much. To an animal, its very existence of living to find its food and to escape from being the food of another
consumes them. Yes, I understand. Yeah. So it's only in our state which we have the opportunity to appreciate the grander things, but also suffer at the same time. So the human state is the complex state in which we can see everything in order to have this opportunity.
Now that's an interpretation that we can give when we put all the teachings that are relevant to the Buddhism together. Yeah. This looks like what existence is.
So if we use that as a reason why we exist in this state, the reason why we are here as human beings, is there any extrapolation? Can we say anything further about why everything exists?
No, I think you see, one thing I can say is that nothing exists just for the benefit of the human beings. No, that concept that the world is created for the human beings' pleasure and enjoyment is not a part of Buddhism.
Okay.
The Buddhist concept is we are a part of the entire environment.
Not that the environment was created for us.
No, we are a part of the entire environment. And that we had to cope with the environment. There are many statements, particularly put into the rules and discipline of the monks, from which we see that the environment and the protection of the environment, the trees, the grass, the water, all this had been a very great concern, and the monks have been given very specific rules on how to attend to those. And the reason why the monks are given those rules is that they become the role models for everybody else. So we find many interest in say references to the issues that we talk today as environmental protection already in Buddhism, because it was a human responsibility to protect environment, not to exploit the environment.
Which is consistent with the idea that humans are part of the environment, the universe is not created for humans.
No. Yes, Buddhism is very clear on that. We are not a privileged class which had to exploit the others. And very interestingly, 300 years after the Buddha, there was an emperor in India called Ashoka who tried to implement most of Buddha's principles in a 37-year rule as emperor. And he wrote it out on stone, and we have many of his instructions on stone all over India. He has some very significant rules laid down on, but he thought our duty towards animals, our duty to trees, and what we had to do with the environment and so on.